If this is the first time that you're joining Key to Coaching, we welcome you here. If this is the first time you're getting to know Hero Benefits Network or the Worksaholic Army, our Works Partner platform. We appreciate you coming and checking us out. Hopefully, you did a little research while you were waiting. How many medical professionals are there in your county? There were 1,400 physicians in Gwinnett County, 30,000 hospital employees. I think there was 18,000 employed nurses in one county as we were doing our research. And as you switch gears into the Key to Coaching conversation, I want you to just think of a farm area or a networking environment, like a BNI or a JC's or a Kiwanis Club, whereby you're going to nurture a specific group of professionals in an affinity relationship that we've created called Hero Benefits Network. My name is Russ Fitzpatrick on the far right of your screen. Carrie is my wife. She's down in Fort Lauderdale right now working with the staff and putting even more resources and value add together for our mortgage bankers and how they can attract realtors. Randy Nemiroff is the chief connection officer in my heart. He goes out and builds these affinity relationships with huge associations and employers, people who manage the managers, people who manage the nurses, the cops, the firefighters. And we were able to build affinity relationships with them because Randy Nemiroff had managed HR benefits through perk plans for, I think, about a decade and a half or more. And we've combined that benefit of perk plans to the benefit of Hero Benefits Network. You're going to learn all about that today and where we're headed. Devin is our membership director at Hero Benefits Network, and she's always available to answer your questions and concerns and help you with your headaches. But I don't think there's too many headaches when you're trying to give away money. I want you to know that as new as these formulas are to you, we've been doing this for 37 years. And I was able to make $1 million a year, 18 out of 26 years selling real estate. So I definitely have an affinity or an affection for Hero Direct Marketing. Not Homes for Heroes so much, because Homes for Heroes is a for-profit megalo monster that steals money from cops, firefighters, teachers, steals money from realtors and bankers and title companies. All they're in the profit business. So we're the first nonprofit Hero Benefits Network, and we're not banking $5 million a year just on membership dues. In fact, I haven't taken a paycheck, nor has Carrie or Randy in this whole mechanism. So Key to Coaching is our answer to help you with help your realtors, in fact, with listing inventory and production. And then because we at HBN and Works help your realtors with listing inventory and production, you are the exclusive provider of the mortgages within the Works Partner platform and or Hero Benefits Network. So this is not a certification, although we do cover some of the basics of our program. This is not an orientation. It's not to get to know the nuts and bolts. This is actually rubber meets the road coaching. So one last disclaimer that we always do at the beginning of Key to Coaching. I don't work for Cross Country. I don't work for AnnieMac. I don't work for Movement Mortgage. I don't work for Remax or Century 21. As a matter of fact, I'm retired in the mountains. We had a 5-day snowstorm here over the last week. I was snowed in up in the Smoky Mountain National Park, and I do not take a paycheck from Hero Benefits Network. In fact, I don't take a paycheck from Works Partner. I retired a year ago. And the views, opinions, and statements expressed by me or you or our callers are no reflection on any of our sponsors or our real estate partners. I said earlier, all we do is give away money. Well, that's not true. We also have to educate realtors about how to give away money. And we have to educate realtors on how to go talk to these human resources directors with perk plans and Hero Benefits Network and all the things that we do to ingratiate you as the mortgage banker to our referral partners, our realtors, and our title companies. So we are a 501c3, which means the down payment assistance and relocation grants never have to be paid back. And because we did qualify as a 501c3, we can accept donations without dealing with compliance issues. And we can forward that money back off to the hero in the form of a relocation grant or a down payment assistance. So today, we covered a little bit of the background, but now I want to start to talk to you about how your realtors can attract listings from the Essential Employee Relocation Network, or the Essential Employee Relocation Company, that is the licensed real estate brokerage for Hero Benefits Network. And these human resources directors are really eager to add value to the nurses, to the teachers, to the firefighters, to the police officers. So we're going to show you how we invest your 25 bips. That's right. Every mortgage banker has to pay a minimum 25 basis points as a donation on closed transactions. So we allow you to table fund it or lender credit it, but it has to be made as a minimum, we think. There may be some exceptions, and we are a nonprofit, so we can't require it, but we just recommended that's the minimum investment that you make post-closing. You don't have to pay the money up front to find out if there's going to be a closing. You just take 25 bips out of a closing. We're going to talk a little bit about realtor engagement. In fact, there's an exercise we're going to do that hopefully speaks to the value-add prospecting systems that we use and the real estate agents that I've met over the past 40 years really only tune in to that one radio station. What's in it for me? So we're going to talk about how you, as a mortgage banker, can value add with your realtor partners within a compliant, RESPA compliant, nonprofit network that hopes to automate your realtor referral partner attraction. That's what we do. We're in the realtor eyeball business. I've been in the realtor eyeball business since 1986, baby. So I know a little bit about how to attract the attention, appreciation, and loyalty of realtors. That's all I've done for a living. And my platform had 90,000 realtors in it just a couple of years ago. And I retired from that to build the Hero Benefits Network. So if you haven't done this before, you'll be learning about how to grow an army of realtors. We call it a workaholic army. And the mathematics that were taught to me by Rick Ruby, Carl White, Tim Brahim, Jennifer Duplessis, Christine Beckwith, and all of the elite Scotsman's Guide mortgage bankers across the country, they taught me something. I do all the talking, but they taught me something. They taught me that 40 is the magic number. That if we can get you, a workaholic army of 40 Hero Benefits directors in your county or around your county, 40 is sort of the magic number for all mortgage bankers. So keep that in mind. You got to start with a big, hairy, audacious goal. Well, I bet you I can get you 40 realtors in 90 days. I will bet you that. I've done it 100 times. I've done it 1,000 times in 1,000 different cities. $100 to start includes one exclusive zip code, or you can buy the entire county for $500, and then no one else could represent HBN inside of that county. Schedule your first What's in It for Me realtor event together with HBN and Works Partner, and you will never look back. We can grab you 40 realtors, depending on the size of the community that you serve. We can get after it pretty darn quick. So, my name is Russ Fitzpatrick. I'm the founder of the Hero Benefits Network and a little company that was called Annie Mac Works for 14 years. And all I do is affect positive, lasting change, sustainable production growth with our mortgage partners. That's what I've done to make a living. So if you're stuck below your income goals, please consider these suggestions. Send me an email to Russ at BDMX, Business Development Managers on Steroids. That's what BDMX stands for. We are business development managers. That's what we do for you. Send me an email with your written goals and plans to achieve them, because one thing I've learned after 40 years in commission-only selling, that if a person on the other end of this call doesn't have written goals or any plans to achieve them, I don't like to work with those people. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy wandering generalities who are apathetically meandering through their career. I like people with written goals and plans to achieve them. So if you have written goals and plans to achieve them, send them to me, Russ at BDMX.com, and we'll talk about them. Read Napoleon Hill's classic Think and Grow Rich. If you're stuck below your income goals, first chapter is called Desire. You don't have any batteries in the tank, if you don't have any fuel, if you don't have any deep, white, hot, burning desire, he can't help you. So the first chapter of Think and Grow Rich is Napoleon Hill's Desire. If you don't have a significant burning desire, probably not going to be able to work with you either. So I'd recommend moving on. Send 20 notes, handwritten notes, just these cute little 3-sentence notes. We give you the content, we teach you how to do it. Spend $20. Bet me $20. There you go. Bet me $20 by sending 20 handwritten notes to nursing supervisors and hospital HR directors that you will get a call back and a presentation booked just by spending $20. Text Russ or Randy to conduct the HR consultation. See, we don't ask you as the mortgage banker to go into the hospital and make the presentation for PERC plans, down payment assistance, and relocation grants. We do that. So if you have a HR director or a dean of schools or the athletic director at a college, or if you have the sheriff or a fire chief or the state highway patrol, we never ask you to make the initial presentations or consultations. Of course, Randy and I will come on board with you online in a Zoom or a Teams or a telephone call even. Just show them why, how we can augment the benefits that they bring to their employees. That's what this is about, guys. This is not about real estate and mortgages yet. This is about a nonprofit relocation grant program where we gift money to the cops and firefighters when they're moving. And then, of course, if you're stuck below your income goals, we do this every single week. I don't tell you that every week is life-changing or game-changing, but I will tell you that the compound effect of knowing the mortgage math, studying Jennifer Duplessis, Christine Beckwith, Tim Brahim, Carl White, Rick Ruby, studying these people and sharing the ideas of the Scotsman's Guide can make your mortgage career more efficient. I don't say better, because busier may not feel better to you. Like doing an extra 5 or 7 mortgages a month, that might not be your better. That might not be your white hot burning desire. But if you study the mortgage mathematics and you study with Key to Coaching and you keep coming back every Monday, maybe you want to join us for a book club in February. We're going to be doing the Crucial Conversations book club starting in February, and that's free for all the realtors and the mortgage bankers to get together and have a book club. You know those old biddies that do book clubs and we come and meet at the library and drink some Starbucks together? Shit, why don't you do that with your realtors? This is one of the most important residential real estate books ever written, Crucial Conversations. It's a residential real estate conversation book. And it's great for us to break bread and lock arms and partner and align forces, align forces with our realtors using book clubs to get together. We do the book clubs as a free service from Hero Benefits Network, and so is the coaching. So I've made a living teaching people how to spend a dime and make a dollar. That is a very easy way to make a living. If I could sell you dollars for dimes, I'm going to get rich as hell. I've been able to do that for 40 years. Today, we're going to show you how to spend $100 a month, $1,200 a year, and I'll bet you my hat that you'll make 12K. That's 3 deals for the year, baby. I'm pretty sure you'll make 12K on your $1,200 investment, and I don't think I'll ever look back from this one. This is the easiest win-win decision ever made. We find the top realtors with you. We match you, the mortgage vendor, up with the top realtors, and then we enroll those heroes in our benefits network. So now I'm going to do an exercise, and I hope you like it. I'm out on a limb on this one, so give me a little bit of latitude as we go down this path. I want you to use your own creative imagination. I want you to think about this for a few minutes with me and really consider this in reality. Use your creative imagination. Hey, Jeff, my name's Gary Keller. I don't know if you've heard of me. I run the most productive sales force in residential real estate. I'm the biggest, baddest, richest, most productive, best leader, and I've got the best sales force in the nation for residential real estate. That's just Gary talking. Use your imagination. I'm not calling to recruit you to work for my mortgage company. I know you know I started a mortgage company a few years ago. I'm not calling to recruit you because our mortgage company isn't capturing shit. We have struck out in all of our brokerage offices across the country. We're not capturing any real business. And we're trying something new with our Hickory, North Carolina real estate brokerage. The Jeffson Hickory. That's why Gary's calling them, hypothetically. Gary says we're moving to a new local mortgage professional to serve our Hickory, North Carolina office. And I want to know if you'd be interested. And then, of course, Jeff's shocked that Gary Keller called him, just blown away. He's like, what? This is Gary Keller? He says, yeah. He goes, so let me ask you a question, Gary. Do I have to pay an MSA? No, we're doing away with those. We're not doing the MSAs anymore. Do I have to do a desk rental? No, Jeff, no desk rental. You don't have to pay any money to be in these offices anymore. Oh, okay. So is there rev share? No rev share. You don't have to pay us any money. Oh, it's one of those scams where like I got to give the realtors 50 basis points because they're helping me put the application. No, Jeff, there's no dual comp. We decided as an organization to test realtor referral business to the mortgage banker they prefer most. Wanted to test that out because we think that might be in the customer's best interest. So we're not charging MSA, desk fees, or rev share, and no dual comp. Can you imagine that you're on the phone with Gary Keller himself and he's telling you his own mortgage company is sucking wind and he's looking for a dude like Jeff to just see if customer relationships in a one-stop shopping experience with mutually beneficial employees is better than Gary trying to take all the money out of the mortgage industry just to add to his multi-million dollar income, right? So he's saying to you, hey, let's give this new way a shot. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road on your conversation. There's going to be 100 real estate agents there, all from KW. In fact, 7 of them are team leaders who do, 50, 60, 70 transactions a year or more. And then 100 of them, I've got about 20 of those people that do more than 12 transactions a year. And then some of them just pitter and patter like every other real estate company in America, unfortunately. We're looking for a mortgage professional for 2025 and beyond. We're letting the agents decide who they refer business to from now on. This is all fake. This is just imagination, but just imagine this is happening. We're going to let the agents decide who they refer business to from now on. We're seeking sustainable, mutually beneficial, long-term relationship, meaning We're not trying to gouge you for $5,000 a month for the desk. We're not trying to get 10 grand a month out of you for an MSA. We're not trying to get into your paycheck anymore. We just want to find something that's good for our customers, that the realtors like, and that we can actually create viable momentum and trust. We're going to give you the microphone for 15 minutes in front of these 100 agents and 7 team leaders. And it's going to be tomorrow at noon Eastern. So you've got the microphone at noon Eastern. And the question that I have for you is, what will you say? This is where I make my living for the past 40 years. Remember I said I'm in the realtor eyeball business? When I met the guys that used Works for 14 years, you know what they were saying to their realtor partners? We've got great rates, great service, and great products. We've got virtually every product available in the mortgage industry. Our loan officers will return your phone calls, and we will close on time. Well, I'd been a realtor for 30 years by then, and I was about sick to my stomach from all these very arrogant, some very, very complacent, apathetic, cocky kids, taking, my mortgage referrals, and the only thing they ever did that was notable is screw them up. So I got them, 1 out of every 10 got screwed up, and then I got left holding the bag, right? I didn't say they screwed them all up, but now I'm waiting to hear what this guy has to say. What does he have to say to me? You're going to come up and tell me you got great rates? Jesus. Great products. You got every product. You could do condos. Holy cow. You could do VA. Oh my God. I had no idea. You could do USDA. Wow. You're a genius. I didn't know that you were a mortgage banker and you could do that. You mean you return calls? If I call you from Keller Williams, you'll call me back? What incredible service you provide. And what else? Oh, well, got virtually every product available in the mortgage business. So does everybody. And what else? What are you trying to tell me? This is where I think that high-paid mortgage bankers, Scotsman's Guide mortgage bankers, spend their time thinking about what's in it for the realtor and how can I make sure that my realtors and my borrowers know that I'm a differentiated mortgage professional, that I have something different to say. Now, here's the surprise, guys, and this is where you might balk. Gary's got you set up at noon, but then he's got Movement Mortgage at 12:15, Fairway Independent at 12:30, and he's going to bring in a kid from Nexus at 12:45. So, shit. There's this conversation we're about to have with 100 thick realtors in Hickory, but Movement's going to have the same conversation for 15 minutes. Fairway's going to have a conversation for 15 minutes, and the kids from Nexus are going to have a conversation for 15 minutes. Do you even want to go? Some of the mortgage bankers I know, well, I don't even want to go then. You're going to compare me? You're going to compare me to these other places, and I have to worry about what they say? Why am I going first? So perspective in sales is everything, and having a humble servant leader perspective on how you can build relationships with a handful of people in that room just by giving that 15 minutes is a huge opportunity. But we played this scenario out for just a minute. Hi, my name's Jeff. I'm proudly representing Cross Country Mortgage because we're one of the largest lenders. I think we're number 2 in the country behind Rocket. We've got about 6,000 mortgage bankers closing transactions on time and accurately across the country, with hundreds of thousands of realtor referral partners that trust us, respect us, and use us every single day. So of course I've got to have great rates, great products, and great service. Of course I've got to return your calls and close my deals on time, or you will never use me again. But separate from that, I want to talk to you a few minutes about your personal listing inventory Without letting anyone else know while you're in your chair right there, how many listings do you have right now? Don't yell it out. Don't tell us. Don't hold up your hand and show me how many. But I want you to consider, how many listings do you have right now in your inventory? And how many listings did you take personally during the last 6 months? And before I move on from this topic, I'm going to tell you why we're going to talk about that for a few minutes. The Federal Reserve suggests that the interest rates may move down a little bit during the next calendar year. And if you ask this administration who's coming in right now, they're going to tell you that the economy is going to be very robust. Employment, income, jobs, bringing down inflation, consumer confidence is going to go up, and all these great things are going to happen over the next 6 months. But what happens to you personally? If you fast forward 90 days from now, take a look at what month that would be in your mind's eye. What are the interest rates? Speculate a little. Just take a guess. Did they come down a point? Did they come down another half a point? Did they come down a quarter of a point? Regardless, if consumer confidence is up and unemployment is down, jobs are up, income's going up, consumer confidence is going up, your buyers won't care if interest rates are at 6% or 5.5% or 5%. I know that to be true because I've studied it for 50 years. Buyers buy houses at 7.75 interest rates all the time because that was the average over the last 50 years. You're a spoiled little brat and you don't know that. And you have no idea that buyers buy houses at 6% interest rate. But when jobs go up, unemployment goes down, consumer confidence goes up, inflation goes down, and purchasing power is there, buyers buy houses no matter what the interest rates is. We can prove that. What buyers don't buy is houses that are not for sale. So in Hickory, North Carolina, if there are no listings for sale and we fast forward 90 days, you're still screwed. You understand? The realtor is still screwed. Give a realtor a ready, willing, and able buyer with a 5.5% interest rate lock and a shopping system. You got to feel that in 2020, 21, and 22, didn't you? Yeah, I had about 1,600 pre-approved buyers and no listings. So trust me when I tell you, listings are more important than interest rates. So how many listings do you have right now, 90 days from now? How many listings did you take during the most recent 90 days? If we fast forwarded 90 days from now, you got into June, July, August, September, October, November. How many listings did you take? That's what I'm talking to realtors about. You know what? Cross Country would like to offer you, the realtor, a position in our private real estate productivity platform. I only have 40 spots in 3 counties. But if I find the right 40 people, we're going to bring you in to our private real estate productivity platform called Cross Country Works. We're going to introduce you to the reload director at Essential Employee Relocation Company because they have reload happening right now nationwide. And then I'm going to introduce you to our 501c3 Hero Benefits Network. That is our nonprofit Hero Benefits Network. We're the exclusive provider of this plug and play listing system. This is an absolute listing magnet because we work with essential employees all across the country and we offer listing systems through Cross Country Works. And the nonprofit is going to splash $10,000 relocation grants across the county. So Catawba County, Burke County, and Caldwell County, right here around Hickory, all of the essential employees from Catawba, Burke, and Caldwell County are going to be getting these listing magnets. They're going to be getting offers from their human resources director on relocating in or out or moving or selling or buying a home. And that there's a nonprofit that gives the nurses up to $10,000 when they buy or sell a home. And that's That's a nonprofit 501c3. Cross Country Mortgage handles the relocation and referral for essential employees through our partners at Hero Benefits Network. And we are the exclusive for Catawba County, Burke County, and Caldwell County. We combine the listing magnet of the $10,000 relocation grant with our own proprietary direct mail, email, text, and social media campaigns that we gift to you for free. So if you're one of the 40 realtors in those 3 counties that represent essential employee relocation with us, you're going to be attracting listings using our direct mail, using our email, using our text solutions, and our social media campaigns. And let me just share with you one fantastic resource to whet your appetite. If you're a realtor here at Keller Williams today, we're going to gift you a teleprompter on your phone. And we're going to allow you to use our teleprompter system to record the Guru in You video series. We're going to create guru status with you by using the right scripts in your social media videos. So if you're not currently leveraging the power of video in your social media, we're going to give you the scripts, and all you have to do is find a decent location or background to shoot and push the button on the teleprompter and read it. It is not complicated to leverage the power of video in social media. And we're going to be doing with that with you. We're the second largest mortgage lender in the country. We've got 6,000 mortgage bankers representing 60,000 realtors across the country. And we gift you that. Now, only Cross Country can introduce this platform to you. And we've made a decision in Catawba County to offer this system to 40 real estate agents for free, and that they don't have to pay any money to join the relocation network. They don't have to pay any money to join Hero Benefits Network, and they don't have to pay any money to use the email, text, and social media campaigns that we teach. So only Cross Country can offer this here in Catawba County, Burke County, and Caldwell County. Oh, at the bottom of your screen, it says, I'll be here all day to get to know you, and I'm especially interested in your goals and how you take listings now. Now, guys, I'm not in front of 100 real estate agents right now. I probably would have put on a little pop. But if I leave this screen up for just a second, I say to those Keller Williams agents, there's 24,000 employees at Catawba County Schools. There's about 3,800 detention officers. There's 1,800 firefighters at the Catawba County Fire Marshal's office. I have cumulatively a 34,000 person employee roster in health systems and physicians' offices across the country that qualify. I think it was right around 1,800 sworn law enforcement officers in Catawba County, but there's also another 3,400 civilian employees that qualify for our down payment assistance and relocation grants. And then last but not least, our veterans and active military, including our friends at the American Legion and the Veterans of Foreign War and the VA. So what we do at Cross Country, that's a little bit different than some of the other mortgage bankers that you're going to talk to, is we use our affinity partnerships and our down payment assistance programs to attract inbound, serious, ready, willing, and able leads from our nurses, our firefighters, our surgeons, our doctors, and our veterans. So this is just a fantastic philanthropy for us, and it's a way to pay it forward from one of the largest mortgage companies in the country. Now, I'll be here all day, but I want to leave you with this because I was only given 15 minutes. If you'd like to spend some time together, Jeff and I are hosting an event on January 23rd at 4 p.m. We're hosting a program called List to Last, which is a deep dive into listing inventory and how top listing agents like Mark Spain, Lori Finkelstein-Reeder, Rob D., Lori Ballin, the elite 150 to 200 listing a year agents. We wanted to show you what they used and then give you their systems for free. So the same system that maybe a Mark or a Lori or a Rob D use to send out direct mail, text, social media campaigning, videos on social media, the same scripts that have been proven effective to attract listings from these top listing agents, we're going to be sharing those with you on January 23rd at 4 p.m. And it's sponsored by Cross Country Mortgage. It's sponsored by Essential Employee Relocation Company. And it's sponsored by the nonprofit 501c3 Hero Benefits Network. We're going to have happy hour from 4 to 6. And there'll be a presentation at 5 o'clock at the Highland Avenue restaurant if you'd like to come. Thank you for your time. And I'm excited to hear what Movement, Fairway, and Nexa have to say. I'm just being a smartass there. Sorry. I know from being in front of realtors for the past 37 years that listing inventory is the most important thing to them. I know that when I'm talking to agents, I talk about listings. When I'm talking to team leaders, I talk about retention. That's one of the most important things to them. And when I'm talking to broker owners, I talk about recruiting. How can they get more productive realtors to come to work for their brand? But I do want to show you what we invest your money in. Okay, we do take 25 basis points from the transactions that you do with our realtors. You send that to us or give it to the hero on the closing statement through a lender credit. We don't care. We don't keep any of that money, but we invest that money back into down payment assistance and relocation grants. So mortgage brokers, mortgage bankers pay a monthly fee for exclusive territory as little as $100. And then they partner with us at 25 basis points to give that money back to the heroes. So you're joining, say, an army of 40 realtors in Catawba County that all agree to these terms. You understand? And let me get to this real quick. Our formula is not controversial for realtors. It's only unknown to you, but realtors are eager to do transactions with 25% referral fees. And here's why I think that is. Most realtors can go out and get 100% commission from a broker in their community without blinking an eye. Like they could just walk out, go to United, go to, a number of real estate brands to get 100% commission. But many real estate agents are still happy on a 50-50 split because they want to be on a team leader. They don't want to pay for deals in advance. They want to pay for deals in arrears. So they would rather do a split or a referral fee than to lay out the money in marketing for themselves. And ask a realtor, just forget about Russ, just ask a realtor if that's true. Would you pay a 30% referral fee if I gave you a deal and it closed? Yes, I would. Would you pay a 30% referral fee if HBN gave you a referral? Well, they can also reduce their referral fee to 25% if they just join the network. But even if they don't join the network and never pay any money, they can just pay a 30% referral fee and we keep the 5%, give the 25% back to the hero. But as you look at this, in the 90s, the average split was 60-40. In the early parts of 2000, the average split was like 70-30. And by 2020, the average split had grown to about 85% of gross commission goes to the agent and only about 15% goes to the brokerage. So this is substantial in you understanding how your realtors think. I will gladly pay 25 or 30% referral fee on a closed deal because then it saves me the marketing budget and the pay-per-click and all the, marketing that I have to do. I can just pay for the deal in arrears versus in advance. Well, here's what we do with the money. We invest the $500 per closing from the title company. We invest the 25% of gross commission from the realtor, and we invest the 25 basis points from you in a huge closing cost credit to the hero. And you're talking about $4,000, $6,000, $10,000 in down payment assistance or relocation grants. And that's how the heroes come to procure themselves. You hear the term procuring cause, right? They procure themselves. The nurse procures herself. She says, check Yes, I want this. Check. Yes, I want this. Check. Yes, I want this. And at the end of the day, I agree to get pre-qualified with your mortgage company. See, golden guardrails on a sales funnel is cute until the customer doesn't want to play that game. Golden handcuffs hold the customer willingly within the sales funnel, meaning they want to talk to only the title company that's part of the Hero Benefits Network. They want to talk to the realtor that's part of the network, and they want to talk to the mortgage company that's in the network. Now, imagine if you, the mortgage banker, controlled 40 realtors in your county and one title company. You'd be having a lot of fun. So where we invest your money, any of these dollars that are coming in, remember I told you I don't take a paycheck, we invest your dollars in domestic migration lead generation. We do it with the Hero Human Resources Directors. And you can see on this screen right now that the negative net domestic migration is people leaving expensive communities and moving to inexpensive communities. So Hickory, North Carolina, comparatively, is an extremely affordable community to live in comparative to, say, Cape Cod or Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or Minneapolis, Minnesota, or even San Francisco, right? So we know that net domestic migration county by county is showing us the trends, and we're able to get ahead of those trends and show teachers, firefighters, law enforcement officers, and hospital district employees how they might be able to cash in on their pension and then work another few years in a lesser expensive community. So we do this for homeownership, for teachers and coaches. That's why I mentioned if you know an athletic director, we could get in front of an athletic director and show him how all of his coaches, coaches move schools more often than teachers. Coaches are always getting fired if the football team loses. I don't know if you know that. Down payment assistance and relocation grants for cops, firefighters, and veterans. I did the exercise today to teach you about Realtor Eyeballs. See, that example that we gave about Gary Keller calling you is pretty far-fetched. But think about that. If you were ever invited to a sit-down with one realtor at a Starbucks, that's the opportunity you're being given. You want to not pay a desk rental. You want to not pay an MSA. Don't want to do any rev share, and you don't want to do any dual comp. You also want to limit your financial investment. You don't want to get involved in the realtor.com or Zillow bullshit. And you want to get ahead of their loyalties somehow or another, because you know that there's 4 other mortgage bankers coming right behind you to ask for their business. And that's just a normal Starbucks coffee talk. And there's 4 more mortgage bankers in Catawba County. They're going to be talking to them. So why don't you play the Gary Keller scenario out real time, real life, every day of your life? I've got 15 minutes. What do I want to say? And if you get your mind around that 15-minute elevator speech, you get your mind around that 15 minutes of value add prospecting, you're going to make inroads with real estate referral partners. I want to think about institutionalizing your realtor attraction. That's what we do for a living. By hosting that happy hour with Jeff at the restaurant and having realtors come in, you could call it a gimmick. We call it karma. You could call it a trick or a unique selling proposition or a gimmick. We call it reciprocity. When the Hero Benefits Network does a happy hour with Jeff, you might only have 15 realtors show up. And maybe only 3 or 4 of them are any good. But you know what? When you put your best foot forward and you act in the best interest of the realtors, I promise you this, as God is my witness, realtor referral purchase follows realtor engagement. We define realtor engagement, these happy hours and these events and these educational forums like List to Last, and we help the realtors understand the importance of moving towards an aggressive listing acquisition campaign as we move into the busy selling seasons of 2025. I'm always available via text at 954-695-2314. One more time, that's Russ Fitzpatrick, 954-695-2314. Or you can email me, russ@bdmx.com. The only call to action in today's session was 20 handwritten notes. If you don't know how to do that, go into your portal and find the handwritten notes that Devin put in there. You can just copy and paste those handwritten notes and send out 3 sentences. If you do that 20 times, I'll bet you'll be calling me for an appointment with the HR director. Thanks very much for your time. And if you want to host a realtor event in your community, we do them live, in person, and online. Just let us know what you prefer.